Howdy, brothers and sisters out there in YouTube land. This here is Grateful Panic. I've got another video for you guys today. And today we're going to be talking about the Kizer Vanguard series Gemini. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and dive down into what I carry today. And what I carry today, along with this guy right here, is this cool little fella. And this is the Baked Potato Forge Tater Tot, which is a custom knife made by Donnie Green. And this is courtesy of Brother Gonzo. And this guy right here is just an amazing little custom fixed blade. And there will be a review video of this guy coming up within the next day or two, probably tomorrow. So you guys can look forward to that, because this little fella is just amazing. So thank you, Brother Gonzo, for that. And that Kydex sheath, pancake style with the tech lock, that's just a really cool sheath. It sits really well on the belt. Very, very comfortable. I also carried the GC H208 fixed blade clip point with green canvas micarta scales. Another great little fixed blade. My Swiss Army knife carry was the Camo Tinker. And I also carried the GEC number 15 boy's knife, single blade spear point in green linen micarta in the Beard and Owl slip that I wanted to give away, and I absolutely love that slip. And speaking of slips and leatherworks, I'm going to be getting a minimalist wallet and a, dual compartment slip from Doc, Eric Holiday, one of our Grateful Panic family members, and a really good friend of mine who I respect a heap, and he does some awesome leather work, and so I look forward to getting those and showing them off on the channel. So that's something else for you guys to look forward to. And my flashlight carry was the Olight S1R Baton Turbo 2. Really good little flashlight. So that brings us to what am I drinking tonight? And tonight I am drinking, and I hope I pronounce this right, because I'm not the brightest crayon in the box, but it looks like a Lupulin River. It's an Imperial IPA by Knee Deep Brewing Company, and it's some really good stuff. I'm enjoying it. So let's go ahead and pour that in a glass so we can get on with the review. And if you guys have a beverage, crack it open and enjoy along with me. But with that being said, that brings us to the knife of the hour, the knife that we've all been waiting for, or at least the knife that I've been waiting for, the review knife. And like I said, we're going to be taking a look at the Kizer Vanguard series Gemini, which is a Ray Laconico design knife. And this guy it's stunning. It's an absolute beauty of a knife. But before we get into the meat and taters, into the good stuff, let's get the boring stuff out of the way and get some some measurements, some materials, and some weight on this fella. And what we're looking at is an overall length of 7¼ inches. We've got a blade length of 3⅛ inches. We have a blade material of VG10, which is a dang good steel in my opinion. I mean, it holds a decent edge, and it is wicked easy to sharpen. I mean, I love VG10 is one of my favorite blade steels to sharpen because it is easy to sharpen. It takes a wicked edge, and I mean, it's a great steel in my opinion. It's a drop point blade with a full flat grind, and I love a nice full flat grind. This is almost reminiscent of a Spyderco grind because they're known for their nice full flat grind blades. It's in a stonewash finish, and I gotta say the lighting is not spectacular tonight. I'm still working on that, and hopefully it will be a whole lot better in the future. On this side, we've got the Kizer logo. On the reverse side, we've got, I know you can't see it, but it does say Gemini. And on the spine of the knife, we have Ray Laconico, which you can read it this way if you could see it, the designer's name. And then right here, we have the model number and blade steel, which is VG10. It's got a plain edge. It's got a handle length of 4⅛ inches. It's got a handle thickness of 430 thousandths of an inch, which is just 70 thousandths shy of ½ an inch, which is that's a good easy grip thickness on a handle. Sometimes, I mean, without some palm swells and a little bit of contouring, anything over ½ an inch is just a little bit too big. But this is a really good thickness on the blade. We got stainless steel liners. It is a liner lock, and the lockup on this is just excellent. I mean, it looks like 25%. It locks up solid as I don't know what, and you've got plenty of room for lock bar wear, so you're not going to run out of room anytime soon. Let's see what else. Let's go ahead and get a weight on this, so that'll get the other boringness out of the way. And we have a weight of 3½ ounces, which is a really good weight in my opinion for an EDC knife. And for our friends across the pond, which I know we have at least one, we got 100 grams. And some exciting news, speaking of friends across the pond, our good friend BH, who actually won the 100 subscriber giveaway, has given me the opportunity to make available some knives that are not available to him over in Norway. And so we have a GEC knife coming that he is actually been gracious enough to let me. I'm going to order it for him and send it to him, and he has been gracious enough to let me hold on to it for a week or so and carry it and review it. And so definitely we're going to do an unboxing, so that's going to be exciting. And it's actually a knife that we've reviewed before on this channel, but it is way better. It's the Northfield. It's in the Northfield trim, and it's in a really cool cover material. So I'm looking forward to reviewing that and showing you guys and carrying it. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I kind of want it to be a surprise. But I think you guys will definitely enjoy it. So I thank BH for that. Um, he thinks I'm doing him a favor, which is really cool because that's just the kind of guy he is. He's an incredibly cool guy, just really nice. Um, I've had some cool conversations with him, and have really become to think of him as a good friend. He's a great guy, just all the way around. Like I said before, and he thinks he's doing me a favor, or he thinks I'm doing him a favor, but in actuality, he's doing the channel a favor because he is bringing a knife that we might not have otherwise been able to check out if it weren't for him. And so you guys get to see it. You guys get to see an unboxing on it, and you guys get to see a review of it, and I get to carry it for a little while. And he said, don't be afraid to use it, but of course I'm going to be very, very careful with this knife because it is an absolute beauty. I'm pretty sure it's going to be his first GEC, and he picked an absolute winner to be his first GEC. So I'm super excited about that. I'm excited to carry it and review it, but I'm even more excited about hearing his reaction when he gets this knife because I think he is going to be super stoked about it, and so that's really, really cool. So let's get down to the meat and taters here. Let's check this absolute beauty of a knife out. We got some nice milled and textured G10 scales on this guy. We have it's a single position pocket clip. It's right hand, tip up only. So sorry, lefties. I guess this guy is not going to be for you. But if you can get around the fact that it's right hand only, you're not going to be disappointed because this is an absolute beauty of a knife. It is, the action on it, check this out. It's slick as eel poop. And the best way I found to open this, which I told JB, because of course this is his knife, I did a spa treatment on it. I took it apart, cleaned it up really good, put some of the KPL on it, which I absolutely love that stuff. That's a great lubricant. But the best way I've found to open this knife, which actually is really cool because I prefer the push button. It'll open light switch, and with no problem at all. But the push button, you just put a little bit of force behind it, boom. It's like an automatic. It opens with the greatest of ease, and it doesn't fall shut because of course it's a liner lock. So the liner lock and detent ball are going to put a little bit of pressure on it. So it's not. If this was an axis lock or something like that, it would absolutely drop shut because the action is beautiful. And the ergonomics, absolutely fabulous. I've got big hands. I'm not ashamed to say it. I've got big goober hands, but it fits, just perfectly in the hand. I mean, it's got, I mean, it's not like it has, you know, a finger groove and cutout, but I mean, with the way the flipper tab comes through, and then this little this curve right here, it fits just amazing in the hand, and the thickness of it, that 430 thousandths of an inch, I mean, it's perfect. If it was any thicker, it might cause problems. If it was any thinner, it might cause problems. But I mean, it's like the perfect thickness. I mean, it's this is an absolute beauty of a knife. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I have had one or two, and I cannot remember what Kizer calls the higher up version of their knives, but in my opinion, the Vanguard series is it's where it's at, because, and I haven't bought one in a while, and I know the boxing wasn't the greatest in the world, but as far as the materials and the action, compared to the price you pay, the Vanguard series Kizer knives are absolutely amazing. And they usually run, you can find them a little bit cheaper. I think like the Beg Lighter, it runs around like $52. But for the most part, um, they run around $80. And to me, it's well worth it. I mean, the fit and finish on these guys, it's absolutely immaculate. I don't know if you can see that, but the centering is dead on. Um, like I said, the action is absolutely perfect. It's VG10 blade steel, which is a good blade steel. And the blade shape on this guy is just awesome. And it's, I mean, it's really thin behind the edge. Like, this is a great slicer. And I'm pretty sure JB hadn't done anything as far as sharpening, but this guy is razor sharp, and that's usually how Kizer Vanguards come straight out of the box. They're razor sharp. I mean, they will shave the crap out of your hair. Um, it's got a nice little lanyard hole here if you're into lanyards. It's a mostly open construction. You've got a very, very minimal G10 backspacer back here, but for the most part, it's completely open. You've got a stainless steel pocket clip, and like I said, it's just single position. It's right hand tip up only. And another thing I like is that the pivot screw, it's only got the Torx head on one side, which means it's more than likely which I know it is because I took it apart, but it's a D-shaped pivot tube, which I absolutely love. I hate the free spinning pivots because they're a real pain to take apart and put back together. And this guy, I mean, look, you got 3 screws and it's apart. It's running on bearings, which, I mean, you can tell right there, and you can you can tell when you open it. I mean, this is just an absolute phenomenal knife. Um, I really don't know what I would compare this to because it's kind of incomparable. I mean, it's just kind of a knife on its own. Of course, like I said, I can't remember the higher end Kizer designation, but there is um, Ray Laconico does have a higher end Kizer Gemini with the titanium handles, and I think it's S35BN maybe. I don't know, but we're not reviewing that knife. We're reviewing this guy, and it's absolutely fabulous. So, with that being said, um, and I'm sorry for the lighting and the camera quality tonight. For some reason, I just could not get it on. But uh, JB has advised me on some some lighting that I'm going to be purchasing, which should help out a butt ton. So the quality should be a lot better. But with that all being said, this knife right here definitely gets the Grateful Panic seal of approval, which, as we know, is 1 3/4 thumbs up. And this is another one. If I had an extra quarter of a thumb to add to this stubby right here, it would get 2 thumbs up. But since I don't, it's going to get 1 3/4 thumbs up. So, thank you very, very much, JB, for the loan of these awesome knives. They've made for some great carries, some great reviews. I have thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed carrying them. And also want to send a big thank you out to Gonzo, Brother Gonzo, because you guys are going to be seeing a review of this guy in the very near future, as well as a review of the Cold Steel Raja 2, which I'm excited about because I had the Raja 3, which was just a ridiculous knife. It was a cool knife, great quality, great action, but I mean, it's just not something you're going to carry because it's huge. And that the Raja 2 is basically the same quality, same action, but scaled down into an actual usable knife. And I'm stoked about that because I've played with it a good bit and carried it a little bit, and I'm gonna carry it a little bit more and give you guys the best review I possibly can on it. But I definitely thank Brother Gonzo for sending those knives because, like I said, those are some knives I otherwise wouldn't have been able to get my hands on and wouldn't have been able to bring to you guys to show you guys. So, with that being said, this is pretty much Grateful Panic signing off. And remember, guys, stay alert, stay alive, and hey, how about do something nice for somebody today? Thanks, guys. Bye bye.